Hey everybody, Cap here. Welcome to the channel. It's time for our monthly model railroad video. This is November, and so many of you are shopping for folks for Christmas, and some of you are shopping for folks who are either model railroaders or who would like to become model railroaders. So I have a few suggestions for you. First of all, if you start looking at the labeling on model railroad equipment, many manufacturers uh, say that their equipment is for people who are 14 years of age and up. Uh, I disagree. By the time a person is 14, they're getting interested in other things. Um, I started model railroading when I was about 10. Yeah, 10 is about right. I was in second grade. Uh, so if you've got somebody who's less than 10 years old, so from say 8 and up, the first thing you should think about getting them is a subscription to Model Railroader magazine. When you get that subscription, you should make sure you are also getting their 2 annual publications, Model Railroad Planning and Great Model Railroads. They're a Kallenbach publication. I have no connection with them or any of the other businesses that I'm going to mention today other than as a paying customer. Model Railroader and its associate publications are really good resources for model building techniques and even actually how to build the structure of your model railroad if you've never done that before. So that's my first recommendation for people, say, ages 8 and up. Once a person is 10, it's time to start buying actual model railroad equipment. Regardless of what scale you purchase the equipment in, the first thing I have to warn you against is train sets. And what do I mean when I say train set? I mean a big box. They're about yay big, and it's got 3 or 4 cars in it and a locomotive and sections of track and a power supply. I have never seen that. And this is across brand names. I have never seen those to be first quality equipment. I don't know anybody who's purchased a train set and been happy with it. When they've purchased them for kids, the kid plays with it for about, until the Christmas tree comes down. And then they've got an item that costs several $100s that Junior can't be bothered to look at because it didn't work very well. Cap, I bought this thing. Do you want it? Well, no, Biff, I told you not to buy that. Well, but I did. Yeah, I know you did. I don't want it. And neither is anybody else who's a model railroader. Stay away from sectional track. Okay. Once a person has turned 10 and you're purchasing equipment, and at the end of the video, I'm going to put up a decent list of manufacturers. You're going to want to have some tools. And so the first thing that I'm going to suggest to you, especially if you're an HO scale, because that's a real modeler's scale, is products from X-Acto. We've all heard of the X-Acto knife. Get the handle, get several different types of blades. But they don't just make X-Acto knives. X-Acto also manufactures saws. Razor saws, not quite razor saws. And to go with their saws, what else do they make? Well, hey, it's a miter box. The next thing you're going to want, because you're going to have to cut some track, These are not flyers. These are rail nippers. They don't mash the rail at all. They snip right through them. I am of the opinion that this is better for cutting rail than a cutoff wheel in a any kind of motor tool, whether they're from Dremel or any other manufacturer. The next thing that I'm going to recommend, this here is a gripper. You press the plunger, and in this one I splurged. I probably spent an extra $3. I have 5 little spring-loaded fingers that come out, and I can pick up things like small screws, or in this case, the next item that I think you should have, it's a file. You should have 2 sets of basically needle file or jeweler's files. Flat. Yeah, words are hard. Flat, round. This one is triangular, and one that's rounded on the back and flat on one side, on the other side. The next thing you're probably going to want is a scale ruler. This one is from Mascot. Model Railroader scale rule, and it comes with several scales on it. On this side, I'm looking at HO scale, S scale, O scale, and on the back we have N scale. And there are a couple other charts on it. I think it's made of stainless steel and probably either etched or pad printed. And the next thing that I'm going to suggest, this is a pin vise. You may not have heard of one of these before. It is for utilizing very small handheld twist drills. I have drills all the way down to, let's see here, number 80, which is 0.0135 of an inch. And that is very, very small. Do you necessarily need drills that small? Well, not necessarily. But again, I've got them. They're good. The really small ones are good for when you get higher end locomotives and they come and you've got to put your grab irons on. They're real good for clearing paint out of the holes. If the person that you're purchasing for is at least adult-ish, let's say a late teen, one of the things, in addition to drills, and well, I don't like to use nails to put wood together with my model railroad. I really prefer construction screws, saws, drill. I do like a small hammer for track nails, but good soldering kit. Something where the heat is adjustable. It comes with a stand, possibly more than one tip, and the stand should include a place for a wet sponge, or maybe have a sponge come with it for use in cleaning off the tip. Soldering skills for a model railroader are, let's say they're a little more than just important. The rail joiners are not necessarily a good conductor. They're kind of really just a mechanical device to keep the rail heads lined up. And other than that, other things you're going to want, ancillary type of things like good small paintbrushes. And finally, I've tried this and I've failed, but a lot of people are very skilled with them, an airbrush. If you can find a club for someone to be a member or junior member of, you're probably going to find somebody who's very skilled with an airbrush who can teach them how to use it. I've managed to ruin an airbrush, but once you learn how to use them, they're much better than spray cans for painting everything. So anyhow, guys, that's a fairly quick rundown of just some of the basic things that you might consider giving as gifts to the model railroader in your life. And hey, thanks for watching. We'll see you just about every Wednesday for a regularly scheduled video, and perhaps on a Monday or a Wednesday, or excuse me, a Friday, as weird stuff pops into my otherwise empty head. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.